Let's move on now. Now what we are going to do is we are going to leverage the use of technology for goal setting. The first tool which we saw was pretty simple and did not require the use of any technology. You can just get a notebook and you can just create that particular tool. But here the tool next following is we're going to use technology. Technology can be used through the use of MS Word or MS Excel to manage the to-do lists. You can just simply create a table in Word or use the pre-existing facility in Excel. You can also use MS Outlook and other email services such as a Gmail. You can have task lists and to-do lists as standard features. So if you are a person who constantly keeps checking mails in the office, this is an extremely important feature. The tool that we are going to discuss in our particular session is called as a Todoist. Friends, it's a free tool which is available freely on the internet, and a specific tool which I found to be very powerful yet very user friendly when it comes to managing tasks online. So this tool I have been using since a long time, and it has really helped me in my professional career to manage time wisely. So Todoist is another important popular online task management tool that will synchronize it. What it does basically is it synchronizes with your smartphone, with your PDA or with your email account. It can work in both modes, in online as well as offline mode, and will help you manage your tasks on a weekly, on a daily, on a monthly basis in a very effective and a very efficient manner. So the next few slides we are going to dedicate to the second tool, which is Todoist. You can definitely go online and you can download Todoist. So this is a computer-based Todoist list. So what it helps is a few screenshots from the software, from the website. I'm going to quickly read to you. We have a video which shows you how you can synchronize tasks using a Todoist plugin in Microsoft Outlook. You also have plugins for Gmail. You also have plugins for Chrome and other facilities. So here stay in sync is the motto, or is the our keywords used by Todoist. Todoist, what it does is automatically synchronizes your tasks across all devices. These devices may be smartphones which we use currently. These might be tablets, these might be laptops, these might be desktops. So you always have access to up-to-date data or information. So it's extremely important that we keep reminding ourselves of the important tasks at hand and to prioritize and manage those tasks. Here is another screenshot here of Todoist. Okay, so here what you have got is you've got the various tasks, you have got the various weeks plan, you've got an entire weeks plan which you can cascade and you can get the elements. You've got different things. So this is what we are going to do today. There is a tomorrow what you've got lined up. So we can manage projects of any complexity by creating nested tasks. So nested tasks is basically you can add more tasks to a particular task. You can create sublists and subtasks. You can add deadlines, you can add assigning priorities and use color coding. So it's an excellent, it's an advanced version of the first tool that we've seen. Todoist features everything you need and nothing you don't. So it has basically everything you need in terms of prioritizing and managing your tasks at the workplace. Here is another screenshot which features a smartphone here. So the same thing which was done in the previous screenshot here. Probably this is a slice from a desktop. So here is a slice from a PDA or a smartphone. So it helps us become more productive. So this is planning on the go. You can see there are various things over here. So big projects, if they are big projects, they can be split. They look daunting initially, but with a Todoist they look very nice. Okay, the little stuff, important meetings, recurring deadlines. I think these words, they ring a bell. They are quite so familiar with people who are a part of organizations today. So we have big projects which we work on, or complex projects. We have some little stuff like some value addition which we probably do when we don't have much of load, important meetings which we cannot afford to miss, or probably we cannot afford to lose information on, and recurring deadlines which are recurring, are recurring after specific times. So all these important things in an office setting can be managed easily by the Todoist. Every task takes you closer to accomplishing great things, and Todoist helps you record, manage and complete those tasks effortlessly. So basically the efficiency of working would definitely go up because it's a time-bound software. So here you can be more productive. You can put simple things as calling some person or planning a session or any preparation, and you can put deadlines to this. So I'm sure it's really interesting the way this software works. So I would request you people, if you're not already installed Todoist, go ahead and install Todoist. It will give you a definite edge over the co-workers in managing time, setting goals and prioritizing the tasks daily. Well, here we've got a very short video on the application of Todoist as a plug and play. So this will give you important details. There are several other videos, tutorial videos available freely on YouTube. So you can definitely enjoy this one. You can also watch the others and then make an educated choice on downloading and installing this wonderful software.
Todoist has managed more than 10 million tasks, and you can manage yours straight from Microsoft Outlook. Just open Outlook and our plugin starts automatically. Creating new tasks is a breeze. Just describe each one and choose a deadline. You can add as many tasks as you need, organize them however you like, break them down into individual steps, or group them together into projects and sub-projects. Now choose what you'd like to see, just your tasks for today or everything for the coming week. You can even review a whole project at once. Just like Outlook, Todoist is more than a calendar. Open an email message and you can save it as a task. I'll come back to this one on Friday. One click on the link takes me right back to that message, and I'm ready to write my reply. And with Todoist, you can create tasks in Outlook and access them anywhere, from a plugin in your web browser, an app on your mobile phone, or on the web at Todoist.com. Sign up today in just 20 seconds at Todoist.com/Outlook.
Well, after having watched this video, I firmly believe that Todoist is an excellent tool. I would personally recommend it to you because I have installed it and use it rigorously on different devices, and it has given a lot of power and has saved a lot of time for me. So please go ahead and download Todoist or similar software which would help you manage your tasks, prioritize your goal setting. After this, we are going to discuss the third tool, which is also extremely important, and it is the creation of SMART goals. So the next slide we are going to dedicate, next few slides in fact, to understanding SMART goals and how they can help us with our goal setting endeavor. Well, the third tool that we are going to take a look at is the tool which is SMART goals, which is quite famous as a tool when it comes to time management and goal setting. SMART is an acronym. It's a short form for specific, measurable. Now A is interesting because it has different meanings. It can be assignable, it can be achievable. R is realistic, and T is time-based or time-bound. Now specific here you need to look at through various questions: what, where and how. So a specific goal is distinct and defines as much of the goal as possible and contains no ambiguity or no ambiguous language. It is quite specific. It does not have any double meaning, or it's not ambiguous. Measurable is from and to. So a measure is provided, there is a certain metric or a measure provided. This basically gives feedback and lets one know when the goal is complete. So it's extremely important that we understand that we have completed the goal. Assignable is who. Goals must be assignable to individuals or groups, or they must be achievable. Achievable is whether the set goal can be achieved or whether it is a vague goal. Realistic is feasible, whether this particular goal is challenging yet attainable within the given time frame or not. So we need to create feasible goals. And of course, time based. So by when, there should be a considerable time frame or a deadline which must be aggressive yet realistic. In the next slide here, we continue discussing about creating SMART goals. A very simple diagram that we'll take you through to understand the purpose or the aspect of SMART goals. Now, in creating SMART goals, we can have about 6 steps. It's a simple process that this diagram or this image has. The first step is, first comes the idea that you would like to change something. The very first thing is you want some enhancement in yourself, some betterment, some improvement. So that is the basic reason behind setting any goal. So what is this person here setting a goal? He would really like to look better. So this is, in a previous slide we've looked at a physical goal. So here is a physical goal for us. The step 2 is, this is too broad a sentence as we've seen. So step 2 is to get specific. So what is the specific element added? I want to lose weight. So here this person wants to lose weight. So he is more specific than the first statement. Now the step 3 makes your goal measurable. It is making it more specific in the sense, what amount of weight would you like to lose? So here this person would like to lose 10 kgs of weight, which is definitely more specific than this particular its predecessor. Then step 4 is the next step, which says make your goal achievable, which is the A in our SMART, which is the A here, which says setting small steps is the key. So probably some exercising, some gymnasium work, some other workouts, walks are required. Then make your goals realistic. This is step number 5, which is considering your time, the resources, family and finances. What are the elements or what are the mix that would go in to achieving this particular goal here? Finally, we come to step 6, where we need to give ourselves a time frame where we need to complete these particular stages and steps. Set a start and finish date. Extremely critical to set a start date and a finish date, so it acts like a deadline in achieving whatever goals we have set. So this is a very simple illustration of a physical goal and how this person would go about meeting it through the use of SMART goals. Now here is another simple tool or a planner of a SMART tool. It's a kind of a wizard where we can get organized. Now here in this particular area you can write your goal, whatever your goal is. Then you need to ask yourself a critical question. Is my goal SMART? Does your goal fall under the category of a SMART goal? Is it specific? What specifically will I achieve? Is it measurable? How will I measure the effectiveness? Is it then achievable? Is it achievable by me now? Is it relevant? Is it relevant to my larger goals? Is it time framed? By what dates will I achieve it? And of course, what resources do I need to organize in order to achieve all this? So this is an extremely critical planner. What you can do is you can pause the video and probably you can just copy this on a sheet of paper, or probably you can Google for this. You will get it on Google. You will get this particular planner. You can download it and work on it. It's an extremely powerful yet a very simple tool which will help you plan your future goals and put them in the framework of SMART goals. Here is an example of a finance goal which is falling under the SMART goals. Here you see a specific goal area which is building of emergency savings funds. There is a SMART goal attached to this particular case. which is a specific time frame with certain results or outcomes. There is a certain action and timeline associated here. You can see what are the action steps that the person would take ideally, and what is the timeline given. What would be the support network? Would it be a financial planner or an accountant? Would it be a family member or a significant other as a spouse? Would it be some other person helping you? What would be the challenges or the obstacles in your way? And what are the adjustments that you need to do in order to achieve this particular financial plan goal? So here again we illustrate the same concept that we did in the previous few slides while observing the SMART goals. Well friends, here we have a short yet interesting video which shows us and elaborates the use of SMART goals. So please go ahead and watch this video and then we'll move ahead.
Hi, this is Joanne from Project SMART with a short video tutorial on how to write a SMART goal. The acronym SMART has become part of the vocabulary of project planning and performance management. It stands for specific, measurable, agreed upon, realistic, time-based. All SMART goals have these 5 attributes. Well-written goals can be easily managed and provide a clear route to success. But how do you write a SMART goal? First, let's look at a poorly written goal. I am going to increase our London shop retail selling space this year. The problem with this goal is, it's not specific. It doesn't say how much extra retail selling space I'm going to create or how I'm going to do it. The time by when I'm going to do it is vague and can't be easily measured, so I won't know if and when I've achieved my goal. Now, let's look at a well-written goal. Following planning permission, I'm going to increase our retail selling space by 25%, completing a 6-month project with a company of local builders to produce an extension to our London shop by the end of April. This goal is very specific and says how much extra retail selling space I'm going to create. It's measurable. I either will or won't create an extra 25% retail selling space. The goal is agreed to with the local planning department. It's realistic and time-based, stating how long I have to complete my building project. When writing SMART goals, avoid words and phrases like try, end of the year, shortly, should, could, probably, as soon as possible. Remember, SMART goals say what you are going to do and how you are going to do it. Ask yourself the following questions. Is my goal specific enough? Could a friend or colleague understand it? How can I decide if my goal is achievable and can I measure it? What evidence will I have to say I've achieved my goal? Is it realistic in terms of time, money, and opportunity? Is it agreed to? Have I set a clear and realistic deadline by when I want to achieve my goal? It's worth remembering the words of renowned American philanthropist Elbert Hubbard. Many people fail in life, not for lack of ability or brains or even courage, but simply because they have never organized their energies around a goal. Good luck with your SMART goals.
Well friends, we're back. I believe this video was useful, it was informative, and it helped you understand SMART goals in a better manner. So let's proceed to the next slide, which is the 4th tool that we are looking at. It's called as treasure mapping. A very interesting name and a very interesting tool. It involves creating a physical representation or a collage of what you want to achieve. It is basically visualizing. It's a process of visualizing. You need to visualize in your mind the pleasures of after you achieve a particular goal. So if you are thinking in 5 years you will have a mid-segment car, so you need to visualize the pleasure that you will have of driving the car, the pleasure of your colleagues applauding you of getting the car, the convenience of sitting in a car and coming to office. So this is nothing but treasure mapping, which is a part or advanced form of visualization. It acts as a constant reminder and representation of your goals. Let's see how we use the tool. If you are a sales manager with the ambition to beat sales records in your company, your treasure map could include a representation of the sales chart you hope to achieve, pictures of people signing deals with customers, and pictures of your product standing proud. So you need to visualize a particular aspect. One visualization can be you going to an international conference in Singapore, but that's not just one visualization. You need to map it with another one wherein you receive a reward from the president of your company. The next ideally would be, let's say on the lines of this, a sales chart which shows you at the top of the sales table in your organization. So basically a visualization is a single event, but treasure mapping is visualization which is linked with several events which you imagine and you work towards those particular goals or visualized images. So it's extremely important. A lot of celebrities, a lot of film stars, a lot of sports stars have visualized, a lot of athletes do this constantly and reach places. So it's very effective means, and it's very powerful as a tool. Certain questions that you need to ask yourself while doing this treasure mapping exercise are enlisted here in this particular slide. Them being, what will I see when I have achieved my goal? Next one will be, what will I have? What will I be? Next one being, how will I celebrate the achievement and how will other people see me and what I have achieved? So we are all very happy people. It's a memorable day when we receive some reward or some award from our company people. So I have received several rewards from my previous organizations, and it was really a day which caused the least stress at the workplace. So you need to imagine and you need to pursue those goals accordingly. Now, what are the benefits of visualization and treasure mapping? The first is enhanced personal and professional life. If you're working towards a goal with the right attitude, with the right visualization, definitely this is bound to happen. The next being making things happen. So you're actually converting your thoughts into action. Then of course, to get out of difficult situation. So what happens is you're enjoying the motivation, you have elevated amounts of motivation and you're converting your thoughts, your visualized moments into action. Now we have an interesting case study which is spread across various slides. This case study will help you better understand the elements of goal setting and time management, and it's a kind of an assignment for you to work through to develop this understanding. Let me quickly take you through the initial part of this case study. Trisha is the employee here in focus. She has been working with your company for over 13 months as a finance executive. Let us consider your organization as an organization, a financial institution. So here's an employee working under you as a finance executive. For the past few days as a manager, you have observed her to be very disgruntled. She's not in a good mood. She's very angry at times. She's disgruntled. She's frustrated or nervous. A few more aspects related to this case study. She is not able to complete her allotted work in time. She stays in the office for long hours and she takes some of her work home. So these are certain serious things. As you can see, her time management definitely is not in place. There are no goals set, otherwise these things would not definitely happen. So as a manager, I'm asking you friends, what things would you do? As a manager, what questions will you ask Trisha in order to understand the failure in terms of time management? What tools would you suggest? So what are the tools that you would suggest in terms of goal setting and time management which would help her improve this particular aspect? And finally, what role will SMART goals play in helping Trisha with these particular problems? So as a manager, please write extensive notes on what you feel about these three primary questions related to this particular case study. Here we continue this case study. Trisha has on an average 7 important tasks which she completes in a working day. Explain to her how you would schedule your tasks by filling out the prioritized to-do list given below. Now what you would do is you would need to fill in this to-do list according to the priorities, and you would need to show her how you prioritize tasks. you can take the help of the previous slide where we showed you the video about prioritizing tasks according to the urgency or the importance. So this particular thing needs to be shown to Trisha. Now, having completed the case study, let us look at the most important part of this particular session, the managerial simulation. Here we are having a simulation which is based on the case study. As a manager, you need to ensure that Trisha has to complete the scheduled tasks. The tasks that she currently does need a good amount of understanding of goal setting and prioritization. Choose the most appropriate option from the choices in the next slide to help Trisha improve her efficiency through effective goal setting and prioritization. So what you ideally need to do is, there are different choices which I am going to provide to you, and you have to choose an outcome. Let us see if the outcome chosen by you would be an appropriate outcome. You can pause the video, pause this particular presentation, go back. I am also going to branch out from this simulation and see what is the appropriate outcome. Well, we have three approaches here which I have designed as a part of the simulation. Now I will take you through all three approaches. What you can do is you can pause the video for a couple of minutes, go carefully through each approach and choose the most fitting approach. Post that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through each approach to see which is the most appropriate one and what you need to do if you are wrong with a specific approach. So first approach is to request Trisha to sit in a quiet place and introspect on her New Year resolution plans and work according to them. Approach B is to educate her on the importance of goal setting and inform her about the tools, SMART goals, Todoist and treasure mapping. So these are the tools which are SMART goals, Todoist and treasure mapping. And the third approach, or approach C, is to inform Trisha about the essence of time management and importance of goal setting. Now friends, what we are going to do is you can pause the video, look at these particular approaches and think of the best approach. Once you hit on the play button, I will take you through the first approach, which is approach A. Well, now we have reached a slide which is in a different order. This is approach A, which is inappropriate. If you've chosen approach A, it is inappropriate. This particular approach is inappropriate because it is too broad in nature. It is definitely not action based and there is no guidance to Trisha in this particular matter. So what we are going to do is we are going to go back. By back, let us see where we reach. Oh, we are back at one of the first slides, one of the first few slides, which is the understanding of the tools related to personal goal setting. So I would request you people to play the video from here and develop a better understanding by repetition. For people who are not willing to do so, what we'll do is we'll go back to the simulation and let's move back to the second approach. So let's see where the simulation lands up. Yes, this approach B, it is an appropriate approach. Why? Because it is specific to the problem at hand. It is action based and practical tools are mentioned which can be applied by Trisha under proper guidance. So let's get back from this particular slide. And you see that we have reached the third approach. Let us also discuss the third approach. So let us click on the third approach. This is again an inappropriate approach. The reason being it is not too practical like approach A. It is not action based and definitely there is no guidance. Now we have certain assessment questions for you. What does the SMART acronym stand for? You can take time for this. If you own a Samsung Android phone, how will you use it to improve prioritization and goal setting? And you need to create an urgent or urgency important matrix and fill out the grids according to the guidelines shown in the first video by Daryl Cross. There is some research activity that you need to do as a part of this particular interactive session. Do a Google search and research at least 2 more time management or time management scheduling software on the lines of a Todoist. Go to YouTube and find videos on these applications. Enlist the critical functions of the applications studied and cite methods of how you will apply them to improve efficiency at your workplace. So these are some of the research that you need to do as a part of this particular session. Friends, if you do this research and if you complete the assessment questions here, you will definitely have got a good understanding on the goal setting aspect of time management. Well friends, here we have completed this particular session. I believe that it was fruitful in understanding the aspect of goal setting. And what we have done here is we have discussed introspective questions first to develop a platform for your understanding of time management and goal setting in specific. We have discussed 4 important tools. The very first was prioritize to-do lists using personal goal setting. The second is we have looked at Todoist, which is the usage or leverage of technology. We've also looked at smart goal setting, where we have seen several slides and a video, as well as we have seen the 4th tool, which is the treasure mapping, which is a combination of visualization and creating links to create the treasure mapping. We've also discussed a case study which is based on what you have learned and an extremely powerful simulation exercise. So I believe this has provided you with a good amount of information on the aspect of goal setting and prioritization. Thank you.